Всем привет, друзья! С вами канал Open Souls на Твиче Герась Алексей и ELEX. Продолжаем. Что-то он мне прям как-то зашел, прям вот зашел как надо. Поэтому буду пытаться проходить. Все-таки не так часто игры, за которые я берусь, мне хочется проходить. В последнее время как-то с этим у меня какая-то проблема. Я даже Elden Ring дропнул DLC. Хотя вроде как анонсировали еще одну DLC. Вроде как и есть возможность даже в Bloodborne на ПК поиграть, но, как говорится, все это не сегодня. Сегодня у нас с вами ELEX. Вот, если вдруг ребята хотят что-нибудь заколопить, можно будет с ними пойти. А пока что пойдем в ELEX. Потому что, в общем и целом, игрушка хороша. Не могу объяснить, чем она мне зашла, но чем-то зашла. Так. И мы вообще остановились. Что это за место? А, это, по-моему, наша основная деревня. Руби Виллидж, как говорится. Давайте
All technology
разбираться.
must be consigned to the past. Take it to the pit.
Так. Так, у меня есть еще 5 очков характеристик. Куда мы их с вами, собственно, будем вкидывать? В прокачке не по нулям. Полти, приветствую, приветствую. Как дела? Где мои пушечки? Я помню. Гладиат. Я помню. Можно было, наверное, посмотреть себе какую-нибудь броню интереснее. Да, Ремнан DLC. Слушай, не знаю, честно. Там еще что какое-то новое вышло. Я бы с удовольствием в кооперативе прошел Ремнан. Но для этого нужно иметь четкое понимание, когда я с кем. Необычно. Босс-раш. Ну, звучит интересно, кстати. Босс-раш это всегда прикольно. Что ж говорить, я даже Elden Ring свой любимый DLC не прошел. Поэтому трудно загадывать, но когда. По возможности буду запускать. давайте туда отправимся. В принципе, это вроде недалеко.
If
Давайте
even half of that is
вроде
true,
запрещено. Поэтому надо им отправляться в другие земли. А Юра с нами тоже, интересно, торговать не будет? Этот челик вроде он более свободных взглядов на все дела, которые здесь происходят.
I want to make a trade.
Listen, and don't take this personally because I like you, but my head means a lot to me too. So unless things are good between you and Ragnar, there is nothing I can do for you.
Ну ладно, давайте поделаем другие еще дела. Рагнар хочет аж 2000, чтобы ему отдал. Пойдет. Так, мне нужна его дружба.
I'm watching you. Don't do something stupid.
Погнали, до лагеря долетим. Возьмем единственное все в напарники, наверное.
You should go to the camp in Idan.
Альба.
Yeah.
Альба, я думаю, будет покруче. Тут надо не забывать, что крысу убить крайне легко, а опыта с нее гораздо больше, чем кого бы то ни было.
Follow me.
Yes.
Есть опыта. Мелкий кусак. Если переписать. Сколько я лежу, кстати. тебя. Ну, по крайней мере, на парочку мы расшатываем. Там коронозавр идет. Коронозавром я лучше связываться не буду. Сейчас как поедим. Да, выпьем. Не, мне определенно нравится самый компаньон. Он спокойно решает большинство моих проблем. Так, давайте вот это место наметим.
Be ready.
Нормально. В всякий случай сохранимся. С этим приду. Альбом.
There's nothing here for you but misery. Be on your way.
What's wrong with you?
Why ever you came, take my advice and leave. Forget this cursed place.
Who are you?
No one and nothing. I'm now the guardian of this place, and you should go before my story becomes yours. I carry the curse that has tainted this place, and you will be cursed if you stay here too.
I am looking for converter parts.
Then you were sent after me?
No, Jorah didn't mention you.
He didn't. But that it has been a long time. He must have thought me dead.
Then you haven't found the converter parts?
I tried, but every time I went into the converter, more mutants came. Probably thinks the converter is empty because the Albs abandoned it. He doesn't know that the Albs left their mutants here to tear the flesh from any who came after them.
You could tell Jorah about the mutants.
With everything that's happened, now I fail another task he's given me. I'll be exiled to the Valley of the Damned in no time. I might as well stay here and keep the mutants away from others.
Did you find any converter parts here?
Oh yes, the Albs left the converter in full working order. They didn't expect such a fierce attack from the Berserkers, or I suppose they would have rigged the place to self-destruct. But then the Berserkers didn't expect mutants to move in here so quickly. Now this place belongs to neither Alb nor Berserker. It's the home of the mutants. And me. Unless I can find the rest of the converter parts. If I could get those converter parts, they would save me from exile.
I'm taking any converter parts I find back to Jorah.
Since we're both here to find converter parts, can't you find some for me too? I only need a few more and I can go back.
Give me the converter parts you found.
Hey, no! I risked my life getting them. Why should I give them to you?
Are you threatening me?
Threatening? I'm warning you. Wherever I go, the mutants follow. And then Yora sends me here to find the converter parts. And so the mutants come again, and it doesn't matter what I do, I can't get to the parts. Once again, I can't complete the task I was given. So I can't go back. With all this failure, exile to the Valley of the Damned must follow.
Why didn't you bring a weapon?
I did. I had a club, but I lost it the second time I went in there. If I'd climbed down to get it, they would have cut me off and killed me. Say, if you're going in there, could you look for it?
Why should I put myself in danger for you?
You're here for your own reasons. If you already decided to go in there, then bringing that back would give me more of a chance. Please, my life could be in your hands.
About these converter parts. I will find your club.
Thank you, thank you. It's in the pit by the converter.
I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine.
Scratch your back? Why would I? Oh, a reward. You want paying? You don't think you could just do this to help?
Why do you think you're in a position to negotiate? Is your life worth something to you or not?
All right, you win. Just get me the club, please.
About these converter parts.
How do you think we're doing working together?
You have proven to be moderately reliable. Remembering that you are an alb would make you more efficient. ELEX withdrawal. You lose yourself when you lose your connection to your brothers. Doubt that, and you will lose both yourself and the future that was destined for you. Heed my advice.
Отдохнем.
What the clerics achieved, the Albs have truly taken to a new height. And the Berserkers have destroyed it. Damn tree-loving throwbacks.
They probably didn't like their people being fed into it.
Progress requires sacrifice. And if anyone needs progress, it's these barbarians.
Watch out!
Добейте его. Спасибо.
Stay alert. I think we could run into trouble here.
Уж понял.
Incredible piece of technology. What the clerics achieved.
I don't want to be recognized.
Надо будет потеряться.
Be ready.
Понятно. С этим мы вряд ли справимся.
Stay here.
Very well.
Лучше не шуметь, как потеряно.
Follow me.
If I must.
About these converter parts. Here's your club.
Thank you. Now I stand a chance. Guess I better take care of it in the future. Now I can fight back. But please, don't squander it. Those are my emergency reserves.
About these converter parts. You're going to give them to me.
I won't make this easy for you. Let us finish this. Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Я отдал ему люди.
Stay here.
Yes.
Follow me.
Very well.
Я могу.
Here's your club.
Thank you. Now I stand a chance. Guess I better take care of it in the future. Now I can fight back. But please, don't squander it. Those are my emergency reserves.
Теперь мы сохранимся. И подеремся. Учитывая, что у нас ваншотник.
About these... You're going to give them to me.
I won't make this easy for you. Let us finish this. Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Кто мне не помогает? Интересно.
About these converter parts. You're going to give them to me.
I won't make this. Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
А, серьезно? В этом бою арк мне не поможет. Ясно.
Stay here.
Yes.
About these. You're going to give them to me.
Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Найс, он просто подождал, пока меня лечит. Просто лучший тиммейт.
Stay here.
If I must.
About these convert. You're going to give them.
What? Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Он явно неплох. Может быть, из-за я ему дубинку отдал, да?
About these. You're.
What? Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Мне стамину надо повышать. Стамины прям не хватает. Подраться с этим челиком.
About these you're going.
What? Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Непонятно, почему не точно.
What? Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Раз ты не помогаешь, хотя бы тогда не мешай кадрить по него.
Stay here.
Yes.
About these you're going.
What? Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
About these converter parts. You're going to give them to me.
I won't make... What is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Как тут в нужном месте. Ладно, пусть живет.
About these you're
What? Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Закомбил все-таки. Он ничего не понял.
About these... You're going...
I won't make... Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Ладно, может быть это плохая бой.
About these You're...
What? Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Меня больше бесит этот чел.
Stay here.
Very well.
About these...
What? Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Как я промахнулся сейчас, спрашивается.
About... You're...
What is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Спасибо.
Watch out!
Да.
Stay here.
If I must.
About these converter parts. You're going to give them to me.
I won't make this easy. Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Да нет же ж. Почти убил.
You're going to give...
Is someone gonna help me with this asshole? Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Уровень.
Is someone gonna help me with this asshole?
Follow me.
If I must. Our way through this place.
Это сцена.
Congratulations! Waiting for the enemy to commit their troops before you revealed the fighting Colossi. You left the enemy nowhere to go. You've shattered their attack.
It was a logical move, and we must remain vigilant. They won't fall for that again.
Nevertheless, the victory is yours. The hybrid must recognize that even the Elexitors speak of you as an equal.
I carry out the will of the hybrid. I am what the hybrid makes of me.
The Elexitors select you for roles they could only give if the hybrid had agreed. ELEX does not allow for emotion, but you should be careful, Commander Jax. There are those who envy your rise in power. They would do anything to have the favor you've won. You honor our people, but there are those who think of themselves.
I serve the hybrid. His will is above all. Someone at the Ice Palace planned this. A faulty raider, a targeted shot. Calyx arriving so fast. The question is, who planned for me to fail? Who planned for me to die?
Over there!
That didn't work.
Be ready.
останется.
I'm attacking.
Good day. Just think, if these mutants keep chasing people up here, we'll soon be able to start our own small town.
What are you doing up here?
Waiting. At some point, those mutants down there will find an easier meal. Then they'll leave, and I can continue my journey.
The mutants down there were too much for you?
There was a whole horde of them when I arrived. Maybe there aren't as many now, but there are still enough to kill me, so I'll wait a little longer for them to lose interest.
So you're just going to wait up here?
I'm very patient.
How long have you been here?
Only a week or so. But if their numbers keep diminishing at the rate they are, I should be able to continue on my way in another week or so.
What happens if you run out of supplies up here?
I've been fine so far, but you look better equipped than me. Could you take care of those mutants? Then supplies wouldn't be a problem for either of us.
The mutants are dead.
Ah, good. Thank you. Then I can be on my way.
On your way where?
To the search for greater knowledge, and a number of technical items that I'm tasked to find by the clerics.
All right, you can go.
Thank you. By killing those mutants, you've helped me greatly. And yourself to a degree. And I suppose all of Magellan. Except the Albs. Or the mutants. That could prove an interesting statistical comparison to consider while I travel. Well, thank you again. I will continue on with my task.
Why did you come here to the converter?
Why does anyone come here? I came here for the Alb technology.
You want to build a converter?
Oh no. The precise opposite, in fact. I need components to help stop the Albs. My observations, and those of others, show that the Albs' power comes from their technology. That and an ability to increase their stamina, pain resistance, strength, emotional resistance, etc. that comes from abusing their bodies with vast amounts of ELEX. It is obvious I cannot defeat them. But you obviously have the skills I am lacking. So why don't we work together? We could both benefit from our different skill sets. I could be useful to you when it comes to technical questions. In return, you can help me avoid situations like this in the future. What do you think? Can we team up?
Tell me about the clerics.
We are the technologically superior of all the cultural and sociological subgroupings on Magellan, apart from the Albs. We believe in Cal Urn. who we serve in the hope of knowledge and freedom.
Who is Kalan?
Kalern is our god. He is... Well, we have little in the way of real data, but the teachings tell us much.
Teachings?
Yes, he teaches us about the importance of knowledge. But then knowledge always depends on context to have meaning. For instance, let me ask you, have you ever killed anyone?
Yes.
And that is morally wrong. I should be sad or angry. I should not wish to talk to you. And yet, I don't know why you killed that person. And I know most people out here have to kill to survive. Thinking is easy. Finding reliable data is the difficult part. Questions should come before decisions.
You're right. Too many people don't think.
Then I have found my role.
How are you doing, Falk?
It is hard to say right now. Let me think further.
Yes, you can come with me, if you think you can follow my orders.
Yes, I can do that. You will not regret this decision. Together we fight. Together we fall.
I'm not planning on falling, and I can't see you doing much fighting.
Where should we meet if we become separated?
There's an abandoned camp in the ruins to the west of Goliad. We can meet there.
Understood. Meet at the abandoned camp. There is still so much to discover. It will be interesting to see what comes next.
How are you doing, Falk?
It is hard to say right now. Let me think further. You are a very interesting person. You are hiding many secrets. That is plain. I think traveling with you should prove to...
What components are you looking for?
Yes, I should tell you the full list. We need a sensor module from the converter, a high-performance CPU of the type the Albs use. My research...
It sounds like you're collecting the pieces for a drone.
Maybe. I had thought of that. But we also need Garudium. That's a metal found, a hydraulic joint, the sort found in pre-war machines. I should be able to...
A hydraulic joint?
Yes. A Type 702, if we can get one. But...
And that's the full...
Yes, you'd better save it to your...
Tell me more about the...
Certainly. Every component found is another step towards the liberation of Magalan. At least so I've been told. I don't actually know what these components are supposed to do. But the...
Do you want to start by telling... Come with me.
You already have enough company. I would only get in the way.
Excellent work.
You should go to the camp in the town.
Yes.
How are you doing?
It is...
Follow me.
Okay.
How do you think? You have proven to be modern.
You should go to the camp in Idan.
Of course.
Изгоев тем не хватает.
All technology must be consigned to the past. Take it to the pit.
Teach me something.
Sure.
You wanted.
Oh, thank the Pilgrim. Now we have enough ELEX to continue mana processing.
Good. Then you can pay me.
Pay? I will tell Ragnar that you helped me. My word is payment enough. What did you find up at the converter?
I found Corin there.
He's still alive? Oh, thank the Pilgrim. Why didn't he return to Goliad?
It would have been difficult. He's dead.
Then his curse did catch up with him. Once a man thinks he's doomed, he will find a way to bring an end upon himself. I hope his was quick. Good day to you.
I want to make a trade.
Listen, but there is...
Teach me something.
Yeah, sure.
So, I have to go.
Teach me something.
Yeah, will do.
Ну, естественно.
Damn technology! Take it to the pit! Damn technology! Take it to the pit!
Heed the laws.
About my support.
You know technology is forbidden by law here.
Понятно. Так.
Follow me.
Okay.
Needs a key.
goods that you could ever need during your travels.
Show me what you do.
Only the best for an adventurer like you.
Needs a key.
I would have liked to see the old world as it was before the comet.
Are you serious?
People are afraid of that.
This dome is truly a masterpiece of technology.
It's his own fault. Welcome to the camp of the impure, where the poor souls barred from the city stand and wait for the Alps to kill them.
What do you want here?
We don't want anything here. We want to be in there, in the city, as the law says we can, as the law says we should be. Those clerics are supposed to uphold the law, yet here we are. The gate's closed to us.
So, tell me, are you planning on leaving Tavar for good? And if so, have you renounced the Duke, and are you starting your own faction?
The Duke is the rightful ruler of the fort. I'm loyal to the Duke. I just don't want to do what he says.
I want to get into the city. Can you get me in?
Have you tried to get in yet?
No, not yet.
Well, seeing as you're not an outlaw, it's worth you giving it a try. If he refuses to let you in, then come back and speak to me. I might know how you can get by the gate guard. Don't ask me what that was about.
Not now.
No, I'm not good enough for that.
What are you sneaking around for?
The fight is the only thing that matters.
now.
That makes a real man.
Yeah, it needs to be totally reworked. If you can get the spares. Are you completely sure? I mean, yeah, what the fuck?
Halt! Not a step further. No one is allowed into the city without an entry permit.
It would be good if you could let us in. We're eager to see the city. I've heard it's a fascinating cross-section of society.
Then I'd better keep you out for your own protection. You're gonna last 2 seconds if you babble like that to the outlaws in there.
Where can I get an entry ID?
You can. We're full. We're short of supplies. So the decision has come down to close the gates. The full allocation of entry IDs has been given out, and we have instructions not to let anyone else in. Those outlaws have us stretched enough as it is. I'm not saying you're working with them, but until law and order is reestablished, we can't risk any more undesirables joining up with them. You'll have to wait till all this is over and done with. Say, there's a bunch of others who can't get in who've taken up residence in some houses near here. Why don't you join up with them?
Have there been any Alb attacks here recently?
With Zakor on our northern border, there are always Alb troops coming through on their way somewhere, but they don't seem to be attacking us here for the moment.
But have you heard anything about Lexiters traveling through Abessa?
Yeah, I have now that you mention it. Alexiter Calyx was reported to have headed north with a few combat units and a troop of mechs.
Elexiter Calyx, so he's been promoted. Tell me, how long ago did Alexiter Calyx head north?
A few days ago. They must be back at the Ice Palace in Zakor by now. What's with the interest in Alexiters? You go chasing them, you'll just find trouble. And I don't want them tracing that trouble back here.
I'm asking so I can avoid them.
Don't treat me like a rookie. You sound like someone who wants a showdown. So let me give you a warning. That approach is gonna get you and anyone close to you killed.
Then show me what you have.
Only the best for an adventurer like you.
Try to steal from us, and you are dead.
I'm watching you.
Stop being an asshole.
Yeah, you just can't find those these days.
I want to get into the city. Can you get me in?
Have you tried to get in yet?
Yes, I went to the gate.
And? You got turned away, right?
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Okay. I can offer you a way to get into the city, but it's risky because you might not get out again. At least not if they confiscate your ID.
Why won't I be able to get out?
All right. I just hope things don't go the same way they did with Cooper. The clerics have shut the city up tight. They won't let anyone who doesn't have a valid ID through the gate. Not in, not out.
Why would the clerics stop people leaving the city?
They're stopping them meeting up with us. That's what I heard. Paranoid assholes. Anyway, we're off the point. You want in, right? And I can give you a counterfeit ID that will get you in. But once you're inside there, I need you to go and take an ID card to Cooper. That way he can come back out again. Like I say, I can get you in, but I also need you to help me out. You good with that? Does that sound like a deal?
Deal. Give me the ID, and I'll meet Cooper.
Good, right. That's the plan. Long term. You see, Wick has all the blank IDs. So before I can get you an ID, I need you to get me Wick.
Where is Wick?
Well, that there is a good question. You see, he's been gone for a while. He'd gone over to the ruins to see if there was anything worth scavenging there, and hasn't come back. You should look for him over to the northwest if you're in a hurry to get into the city. Just look through all the houses. He should still be there, scavenging.
So annoying. So annoying.
I heard he was robbed.
The fight is the only thing that matters. That makes a real man.
Yeah, you just can't find those these days.
Not like that.
You think you can get a hold of a decent set of ALP components? I can find some shards to cover that.
Don't mess me around, or I'll mess with you.
Really?
You want to cross him? You're crazy.
Hey, you've been out in the wilderness, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm looking for a guy, and I wonder if you've seen him. He's called Ray. He's an outlaw with a big mouth on him. Bit of a waster. You haven't met him anywhere out there, have you?
No, I've not met anyone called Ray.
Yeah? Well, if you do find Ray, can you let me know?
What's it worth?
If it's a real lead and not troll crap, then I'll pay you a decent reward for the information. But don't think you can go lying to me and making up where he is. I'll know a lie if I hear it. I'm watching you.
There is a lot to learn here.
Follow me.
Yes.
Look out!
broadcasting from the orbit to bring a warning to all free people out there. Stay safe from the elements.
Повезло ребятам.
No. Too easy. Bad idea. There's nothing here. I won't get in now. It's broken.
The old world is truly
I
fascinating.
can't say that any more clearly.
You think you know what's going on? No one knows what's going on.
Don't ask me what that was about.
Someone needs to go out there and kill every last raptor.
I am going, all right?
Wick is dead, but I found the ID cards on his body.
Dead? Shit. I told him whatever was there wasn't worth the risk. But Wick would do anything if it would mean him getting 2 shards he could tap together. Ah, well, give me the blank ID card. I'll work it up for you now. So, done. 1 fake ID ready to go.
Give me the counterfeit ID.
Okay, wait a second. Your image has to be added there first. So, done. Here's your ID. And this is the ID for Cooper. Take it to him. But make sure the clerics don't see it, see him, or see you handing this over. And do it as soon as you get in there. He's been at risk too long as it is. We don't need him being held, or worse, turned into a vegetable by the suggesters.
Most of them annoy me. All of them annoy me.
People are afraid of that.
Так, сохранимся. В этой веке мы попадем в город клириков.
Halt! Not a step further. No one is allowed into the city without an entry.
Я могу их сдать. Могу попробовать пройти. Интересно.
I have an entry ID. Let me through.
Really? I thought I knew all the ones that had been issued. And you were here asking about getting ID before. So tell me where you got this one.
It's mine. I was issued one after all. Must have misplaced it.
All right. I'll believe you this once. I've got to be wary. That desert gang of outlaws is always trying to find ways to get by me. Oh, and there are some rules I need to tell you before you enter. First, stay away from the generators. Nobody but the technicians is allowed access to them. That sort of security is why we need to keep an eye on IDs. So if you meet someone who's in the city illegally, report them to us immediately, and Eric will take care of them. We can only keep peace in the city if we all work together, and we keep the city secure. That's what was laid down by the Great Council of Magalan. And the Great Council gave the clerics the responsibility for guaranteeing the city's independence. That means everyone is welcome here, until they cause trouble. So keep the peace while you're in there. Our suggesters are busy enough without you adding to their workload. And that's it. You may pass.
What's happening in the city?
Nothing right now, but it's simmering. You can feel it. There was something building even before we let those Alp separatists in here. They just lit the touch paper. But hey, we're supposed to be a sanctuary, so someone decided to open the gates and let the separatists in.
How many separatists are there in the city?
Too many. Once an alb, always an alb. They still hit ELEX. It's just a matter of time before they turn back. I don't know what they want in the city. I'd heard a bunch of them had set up a base in the west of Abessa, so they could have gone there. If we weren't so busy here, we'd have tracked them down and cleared them out of Abessa. Last thing we need is Zakor thinking we're harboring rebels.
What's a suggester?
Our suggesters are the reason things remain peaceful in the city. If someone causes trouble, then they're either thrown out, see a suggester for reorientation, or both. But don't worry, it's a positive experience that will leave you happy about life. Even so, I recommend avoiding it.
Where can I find Eric?
Just go straight down the path into the inner city. You should find him there.
You mentioned the Council of Magalan.
The Great Council, yes. You'll have to speak to Judicator Alois if you want to know more about that. I'm not that well informed on my history.
Who's Alois?
Alois is the Judicator in charge of the city. You'll find him in the castle. He likes to stay close to the generators.
I heard you hold people prisoner if they can't prove their identities.
Of course. Need a valid ID to enter or to leave. It's important we keep the right balance here, and that we can hold people accountable. We've worked hard to keep things running here. We can't start letting people flood in, or the troublemakers will take over. Anyone who tries to get around with ID is given straight to the suggesters to be taken care of.
What do you want? Do you back the clerics here, or do you want them gone?
You get right to the point, don't you?
And are you gonna give me an answer?
I'm against the clerics.
Right, good. I can see you talk sense. They say they're here to keep things safe, to keep order. But it's obvious they want to drop their neutrality and extend Ignadon's control into Abessa. Not allowing anyone in or out of the city, that's just the start of it. You think that's because the Alps are getting closer? Or that those followers of Kalan really want a backdoor for invasion?
The Alps are more of a threat than the clerics.
Executions, converters, torture. Believe me, I know all about that shit. But those guys are only interested in ELEX, and as far as I know, there isn't any more here in the city than there is elsewhere. So why should they show any interest in attacking a fortified position to get it, instead of sweeping up all there is out there?
The Alps want all the ELEX. All of it, no matter where it is.
We won't get in their way. We don't want ELEX. They have to see that. They'd be attacking us for nothing. No, it's the clerics.
Hunter sent me.
Why didn't he come himself?
He was afraid he wouldn't be let out of the city again if he was caught.
You mean he was afraid the same thing would happen to him that happened to me? Fuck it. At least the suggesters haven't found me yet. Did Hunter give you something for me?
Yes, I have something for you.
Thanks. I was starting to think that I would never leave this stinking cleric-infested dome. I don't know if Hunter promised you a reward, but here's something for me in any case. You've helped a good cause. Trust me.
Why don't you do something to stop the clerics?
I trust you. You gave me my ticket here after all. But I can't tell you our plan. But you must have realized by now, the dome must go. The clerics can't be allowed to take Abessa.
Yeah? Not now.
Я вроде не выбирал сторону.
What do we have here? Fresh meat?
Well, it's pleasant to meet you as well.
Pleasant to... Are you mentally stable? How did you get the guard to let you into the dome? I'd watch out. They're probably trying to recruit you. You wouldn't be the first to come here looking for shelter only to end up bowing down to Kalan. However you got in, you're going to find it even harder to get out. The clerics are a little jumpy at the moment. You might say paranoid. So when they do let someone in, it does make me wonder who they are and why the clerics thought letting them in was a good idea.
If it's so hard to get in, what are you doing here?
I got in before things got so paranoid. And I came here for profit, of course. Lots of nervous people close to the Alps tend to be willing to invest shards in their safety, you see. And getting hold of supplies is hard out here. So, if you can get them, you can sell them for a high price. Well, that was the plan. Now, the clerics have stopped me trading and cut off all the supplies.
Where do you get your goods from?
Mostly directly from Tavar. And that's the main problem. Seeing as the clerics have got picky about who comes in and goes out of here. It's impossible to get by the guards without an ID card. and they took mine from me as part of their crackdown. Now they say I'm causing trouble. But what else is a businesswoman supposed to do when she has her business taken from her?
About your trade ban.
Yeah, don't tell me. Trading weapons can pose a danger to the community. But this is about self-defense. The only person who can stop a person with a gun is a person with an even bigger gun. Am I right? I mean, what? Are we supposed to throw rocks at the Albs when they attack? But the clerics want to keep all the guns for themselves and screw the rest of us. They call it neutrality, but I say it's oppression.
Sounds like you could use some help.
Yes. Yes, I could. Still, let's say he's right. And that I could get a hold of supplies. Not from Tavar, obviously. They've blocked that route. Let's say I could get some weapons from these separatists, for example. Let's say they have weapons and need shards. And that they also have the business acumen of a stunned troll, so they need a salesperson. Me, for example. What if I was to say that? And what if I was to say that I have to find someone who could enter and leave the city freely? If I was to say that, then what would you say?
I'd say you're walking a dangerous line.
I can't leave without profit. Hell, right now I can't eat without profit. So I need this deal. So if you blab, what have I lost? Nothing. And without any guns to show, it's just your word against mine, and even Alois isn't going to see that as justice.
I could help you get your weapons.
Good. Right. So, this is what you need to do. Leave the city and find a separatist called Radok. I think he's a separatist. But whatever he is, he's a mad fucker. I can't make sense of most of what he says. But he has the weapons, and he likes trade. I think he likes trade. It's hard to tell. He wants to sell the weapons, but you'll have to work on him, okay? He won't just hand them over.
Where can I find Radok?
Up in the Highlands. When we last spoke, he told me he was going to head over to the northeast. He mentioned an abandoned wind turbine. With luck, he'll still be out there.
Don't take it personally.
Better armed is better prepared. You mark my words.
If you're here for the food rations, then I'll tell you what I told the other 100 people. Someone must have been making a joke. I don't have anything to sell or give out, so you can just turn around and leave.
What are you talking about?
The free rations. The free rations, as if there would ever be free rations. Ah, but you're not here for that, are you? Then I'm sorry. I have been the butt of a joke that has left me rather angry, and I thought... Well, I'm sorry. It's just... I'm just so sick of it. The belligerence between the berserkers and outlaws. Everything was simpler when I was a cultivator in Goliath. We had laws and everyone obeyed them. Why can't people just all work together?
If you feel that way, why don't you go back to Goliath?
No. Those days are gone. I left willingly to establish a world heart here in Abessa. But when it became clear that the seedling wouldn't grow, Caleb decided that we would remain here. And whatever Caleb says is best. But now, no, I can't go back. We went against orders from Goliath. If I go back now, they'll just stick me in a cage, no questions asked. Yeah, that's a real issue. We have to fix that.
Drawback. I serve everyone here.
I've heard that
Save
before.
yourself some work and some pain by doing what I say.
It's all the creatures out there. Makes it way too
traveler,
dangerous.
Is your throat dry? Are your feet aching? Whatever your problem, I have what you need. One good swig will cure all worries, and that's guaranteed.
Do you have any news to go with that drink?
News? I presume you're talking about news from in here. I don't hear anything much from the outside now the city gates are sealed. The future of the domed city is the only topic people are concerned about right now. That's pretty much all of the conversation. There's been peace in here for years, but right now, well, we're all set for things to boil over. I don't want to say it's the cleric's fault. It's always easy to blame the people in charge, isn't it? But who else do we blame? The berserkers, the outlaws, the separatists? Me? I find it best not to blame anyone.
How is business?
Now that everyone is paying credit? Roaring. Not many people aren't happy to pay on credit. It's me that's holding the bill and hoping to get paid before I run out of supplies. Speaking of which, do you know where I can get any food supplies? I'll pay real shards to get more food supplies in.
Most people try to earn a profit in your situation, huh?
Try, yeah. Achieving is something different. I'd rather you get the supplies honestly, but if you take them from people who have too much, who am I to question it? But if you steal from those with nothing, then I don't want anything from you. I like to keep things honest.
Do you want to trade?
What do you care who I serve? I still serve you even though the other people complain about it.
I don't have any
So
time
you
right
are
now.
taking
their
side,
are you?
Hey, come over here. Let's get a drink together.
What are we celebrating?
Victory over the Alps! Or do you have another reason to celebrate? Because any reason works for me.
I believe.
Drink up. Drink up to the end of our days. Here, my friend, to what's coming. And now, tell me about your glorious deeds. Or have you just been sitting on your ass, letting others fight the beasts of Zakor for you?
My past has got nothing to do with you.
Ah, I see. You want to leave it behind, do you? It is better that way. Let the past go. Forget old wounds. Besides, your past's probably boring anyway. Yeah, you waste of space. Why don't you just do us a favor and drop yourself in a ditch?
Stay healthy, all right?
You had better reconsider this.
Nobody fucking cares.
Fuck all of them. I hope they drown in their own shit.
Oh, you must be joking.
This isn't over. I will come back.
Someone's gotta sort this shit out before we drown in it.
Bring some shards. I'm sick of giving credit and I need
Cook
to
too
change,
long,
right?
you ruin the porridge. Yeah, just
Get
piss
out
off.
of... Just get out of here, coward.
What are you doing here?
saw you.
You saw me what?
I saw how you came through into the dome. Who are you? Why were you allowed in?
That's none of your business.
Then it sounds like you got in here illegally. As much as the clerics claim they control the gates, they really don't seem to be able to stop people getting in. And by that, I don't just mean you. Can you believe it? There are fucking Albs in the city.
What do you have against the Separatists?
They are coming here, to our city. The only city with a real chance of peace among the factions. If it was up to me, then we would make sure these Albs went somewhere else. They might say we have the same goal, the same enemy, but I don't believe a word of what they say. Who says they aren't spies sent here to deactivate the dome? They can't be trusted.
Who are you?
Caleb. I lead the Berserkers who've chosen to settle here in Abessa.
You are separate from the Berserkers in Udan?
We have kept our beliefs, but left behind the laws. We have set our own rules here. Well, none of us are allowed to return to Edan now. Or we just end up being sent to the valley. As to why they came here, well, the first settlers were sent to Abessa to plant a world heart to expand the forest of Edan out here. But they were cut off from Edan by the Albs, left on their own to survive. And after a while, they decided to keep it that way. The warlords in Goliath weren't happy. But they're stretched too thin for another conflict, so here we are. And since they settled here, others have joined us. Some are escaped exiles, others just chose to leave Edan.
You want to have all the Separatists thrown out of the city?
Yeah. And you know what? I have already started to make it happen. I'll recruit anyone who'll help get this done. We have an eyewitness who claims to have seen the Separatists exchanging information with the Albs. Traitorous bastards.
Who is this eyewitness?
The Berserker Jorg saw Fenk meet with an Alb in front of the city. Why would they meet if it wasn't to exchange information about the dome? Sadly, Jorg is the only one who's seen Fenk. And now he started saying he isn't sure he really saw Fenk meet an Elf anymore. So I have to jog Jorg's memory, or make sure he stops denying what he said. There has to be a way to do that.
You don't think that Jorg could have been wrong in the first place?
No, never. You can't trust these Separatists. They'll betray us sooner or later for sure. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning.
I can make sure Jorg stops denying his story.
You can? Do you think you can make Jorg stick to his original story? It's for the good of the city. So go to Jorg and make sure he doesn't talk. Either help jog his memory a bit, or make sure he stays quiet. I don't care which. It can never be said again that the Albs might be innocent.
Жесткий чел.
You don't feed the belly, the rest of the body will die.
Хорошие, все подряд живут. Ясно. Город-то не маленький оказался. Да, нет. Ну, надолго застряну. Ладно, меня в первую очередь интересует поступление на службу клириком. Остальным разберемся попозже.
Someone's gotta sort this shit out before we drown in it.
How many people have we lost? Hey, you!
Let me guess. I'm not allowed into the upper quarter?
What? No, everyone's allowed to move about freely here. I just have a question for you. You got here recently, right? I just want to know what things are like outside the dome. What's going on out there? Are the Albs attacking?
There are raids, but there have been no major assaults recently.
I'm sure that's just the calm before the storm. I just hope the dome holds. There's a lot of people depending on this dome of mine, so they pass us by like a river around a rock. Kalan gave us the knowledge, and now look what we've achieved. A safe harbor for all people. The clerics and Ignadons say we've strayed. I say we've found the true path.
You built the dome?
I designed the plans for it, then we built it together. My name is Eric, by the way. Chief engineer here in the dome. I'm in charge of all the generators and technicians who oversee them.
Why don't the clerics have a dome like this in Ignadon?
The dome requires immense amounts of energy, and the fluctuations in it have to be constantly balanced. The technology is complex. That means there's no way to cover the Hort with a shield like this. Besides, the cliffs around Hort give it a natural protection.
Can this dome survive an alb attack?
Of course. Why do you think we built it? As long as we can maintain a constant energy flow, then they can't get in. Unfortunately, achieving that isn't so easy. Some of the energy regulators are starting to malfunction again.
Malfunctioning energy regulators sound dangerous.
Of course they are. Outside of frying yourself if you try to adjust them. If we were attacked right now, the whole dome would go critical.
About the broken energy regulators. What will happen if they aren't repaired?
If just one regulator fails, it could mean an emergency shutdown for the dome. Otherwise, the discharge it would create could kill a whole lot of the people the shield is supposed to be protecting. But whether it's a discharge or an emergency shutdown, both scenarios would see us defenseless.
How many energy regulators are broken?
Well, all of them. I've sorted replacements where I can. But Lutz hasn't received his yet.
I will help you with the energy regulators.
I'd wanted to do it myself, but do you really think you could handle it? So, let's find out who you are. You should go to Ignadon one day. You could be a good cleric. Yeah, I know, I left Ignadon behind, but they could offer you better training than I could. I have the energy regulator here. Please, take it to Lutz and help him to install it. Come back to me when you're done.
Am I crazy, or is our generator power fluctuating?
The B-series was never very reliable, you know that.
The dome is a gift from Kalan. Never forget that.
Появится толстая.
Ask the technicians.
Parts, repair skills, blah, blah. You never get the same answer from me twice.
Move along, civilian.
Yes? Is there something urgent? I have a lot to do, as you can imagine. This city does not run itself. So, please excuse me if I'm short with you. This city is made up of a whole mass of confusion. Everyone looking for a new start. No one able to forget their past. They need a leader to hold things together.
You're in charge here?
Well, let's say that I'm the person holding all these threads together. There's no ruler here, we all work together. Everyone here wants something. Whatever you're searching for, it will only add to the list of demands we already face. And providing for the people we already have is a logistical challenge. That means to accommodate everyone we're on strict rations, and those rations have to be earned.
I can imagine.
How long have you been in charge of the Dome City?
I've been in office for 8 years now, and it hasn't been easy. Maintaining a neutral position to the factions while fighting the elves. By Kalan, there really are more pleasant posts they could have appointed me to.
What if someone wanted to replace you?
Some have tried, yet I am still here. This city was created by the Great Council of Magalan. They made the clerics custodians of this place and their legacy. The Great Council may be long gone, but what they stood for, a unity of purpose, a future for all of Magalan together, that is something we still believe in here. So, it is our job to remain neutral. It is our job to serve all, no matter their background, however hard our residents make it for us.
Listen, the council is gone. Why care about what they said?
You don't think that was a better time? Laws for prisoner exchange that assured borders, set rules for trade? Even if you don't care about the blood spilled since the council's rule was broken, the clerics swore to a code, and that includes keeping our oaths. And an oath was sworn to the council by my forefathers. That makes it my duty to see that oath is kept.
How are things here in the Dome City?
Tense. The battles out there are always reflected in here. Tensions run high if the outlaws attack the clerics, or the clerics attack the berserkers. And there's always the fear of an alb invasion. Those tensions drive greed, anger, and fear. There is war out there, and here your shards will be stolen from your hand if you aren't careful. It's like the world has gone crazy.
Why have things become so bad?
Yes, a whole host of reasons. Maybe it would help you if I tell you how things are. The berserkers have lived more and more reclusively ever since the pilgrim went into his retreat. The outlaws are more organized now the Duke has taken power, and the Alb separatists seek shelter with us to escape the powers in Zakor. All told, very dark signs that we face another global catastrophe. And here we are, in the middle.
Is there something I can help you with?
If you want to help, there is something that has to be taken care of quickly. You must have noticed that the mood is very heated here. One more issue, one wobble, and everything we've held together here will fall to pieces. One of my people has reported that the outlaws are expecting a weapons delivery. The last thing that this city needs is more weapons. And who knows who the outlaws will sell them to. I want you to intercept this delivery and bring it to me.
Are you having a lot of trouble here in the city?
Keeping the factions together is always an issue. The outlaws are always up to something, but things have gotten worse. And to cap it all, we've had a sharp rise in thefts. I believe an organized group has started operating here. Not the usual outlaws. This group seems to be outside the factions. From the little I've heard, they're more like a secret society than your regular set of theft mongers. I've offered a large bounty for any information that leads to their capture. And capture would be best. I want to find out who their connections are. If you can find out more about this secret society, I can make you rich.
About the outlaws' weapons delivery. You've been using informers to try and catch them?
Of course. Information is key to keeping the peace. But there are always things you miss. And missing things leads to nasty surprises. And I'd rather be the one dealing those out than receiving them. Particularly when it comes to outlaws. Are you going to show me that you are the exception?
Возможно, потом только выйдет. Возможно.
Same to you. On the orbit.
Just a moment, I have to concentrate. 43 degrees eastwards at a distance of 5 kilometers. Maybe I could adjust the receiver's sensitivity to... No. Although,
Should I come back later?
No. I've already lost my train of thought. I suppose I will have to just get used to continuous interruptions here. But crap. I don't suppose you can remember what I said. How many degrees was it?
Даже я запомнил, что
43 degrees eastwards.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Thank you for reminding me.
I assume you are in charge of communications?
You aren't just a good listener, you're good at observation, too. Yes, I am responsible for communications, though the condition of this equipment is wretched. It would be easier to stay in contact with 2 tin cans and a piece of string. I can't keep track of how often we have power outages or equipment failures these days, but I have really given you enough of my time now. I do have to work out a solution to this issue. If you feel the need to talk to someone, go and try Vito. Innkeepers are known for their chatter.
ELEX has seeped into the bones of our world and bones of our creatures, twisting them into new unnatural
дело найти у них тут давно. Я просто хочу закупиться пушками.
Too easy.
Stay away from ELEX. This is me, broadcasting from the orbit to bring a warning to all free people out there. Stay safe in the wilderness.
Главное,
This is private property.
Just go.
Better for you.
Exactly. Now get out of here.
As you wish.
интересная история.
Look after your DNA.
Yeah.
Просто мы втыкали тем.
This is private property. What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Походу я клириком стать не смогу. Ой, черт его знает. Ой. Ладно, ну, походу. Диалогов. Оставим, скорее всего, отлично.
Will you just leave? That's it. Get the hell out of here.
Better for you.
Ой, главное, пацаны.
What? Who's that? That's it. Get the hell out of here.
Better for you.
Понятно.
Move along, civilian.
If only we knew if these rumors were true.
It is all about serious.
What is it you want?
Who are you?
You first. Come on. Who are you? There is something that is familiar about you, but I can't quite place it. No matter, I suppose. All people are welcome in Abessa, as long as they are prepared to forget their past. Even elves are allowed in here. I think elves would be perfect people if they weren't so emotionless. But then, that is why they are the only faction I have never belonged to.
What do you mean? You mean you want to become an elf?
That's a long story. If you're really interested in my tale, then I will tell you, of course.
My personal quest is to discover more about Magalan and the people who live here. I would like to know more.
There. Shall I tell you then?
Let me think about it.
Давайте оставим на следующий раз. Я сохранюсь. Я уже устал. Опять сейчас, походу, будет много болтовни. Ладно. Короче, хрен мне не плазменные пушки. Видимо, сначала нужно будет отправиться именно в город изгоев, чтобы хотя бы какое-то огнестрельное оружие получить. Ладно. Ну, потихонечку разбираемся, но, конечно, нюансов в плане сюжета тут очень много. Ладно, но этим игра интересна. Так что будем проходить. А на этом всем пока. Увидимся на следующих стримах.